Hey guys, got a new toy today to play with. In 1946 to I think 1949, this particular radio came out, and this is called a Tru Base Radio here, and it's Olympic. And this is a bakelite, I think they call it, and it's got 4 knobs on it right here. And with these old radios, you're looking at something that's about 78 years old, somewhere around there. And they're usually full of dust bunnies all in here. I mean, they'll have that much dust inside here over everything. And they're a fire hazard because the wiring on them is not that great. They start to crack on the wiring. So what we're going to do is take this apart right here and try to clean out the inside and the shell right here and get all these dust bunnies out unless they catch on fire at some point in time, and get this radio running again. So that's the plan. Got a pretty nice screen right there. Imagine all the people that listen to this in the last 75, 78 years. Okay, we're looking at the back of this radio now. Anytime you get an old radio, what do you got to do? You got to take the back of it off. Why? Because it is full of dust bunnies. And I have gotten rid of some of these dust bunnies because you'll get a 1/4 inch of these dust bunnies, like this right here, will be laying on top of stuff right here, and it'll be just thick all on the inside right here. And you can see back here, we can get that to focus. You can see right there, those ridges right there, the dust and all. And you can't necessarily take an air hose and say, well, I'm just going to take an air hose like you do with something that's mechanical, and say, well, you know, just blow it all out and all that stuff, and it's good as new. The air hose, a regular air hose like you would use in a mechanic shop, it will clean all that dust out probably without much problem. But that compressed air has water in it. Water is not good for all of these electronic components, okay? So you're going to end up having, see, like my brush right here, this is all dust bunny stuff. And this had a lot in it. I just decided to make this video to show you. And so what you need is this. In dust, it's compressed air for electronics. Right here, for electronics. Multi-purpose dust. You can use it on other things, but electronics is what you want, okay? Use it on laptops, keyboards, TVs, phones, printers, and more. This does not have water in it. Compressed air without water, okay? So that's why you want this. And again, with a regular air hose, like a mechanic's air hose, you blow water in here when you do this. You'll clean it, but you're going to have to individually wipe everything down in here as much as possible. You don't have to take everything out, but you got to do it as much as possible. Okay, so that's where we're at. Most time you just take this whole cage system out right here and then take out the bulbs and hand wash those very carefully, just the top part of them. They'll look like brand new when you do all that. Okay. And this right here is the back. In the back, this right here is strands of copper wire. I don't know, maybe 100 copper wire strands going around and around and around. And that is your antenna for these old radios. And they work real well. So that's kind of where we're at right now. Some old people I know of, this is what they do. They have all the electronic machinery and everything to test everything and to replace everything that's needs to be replaced to make it work again. But they will tell you, don't run these radios for more than 15 minutes at a time, because these things heat up. I had a 1950 radio, a little bit smaller than this one. And I was trying to fix something on it. But anyway, one of these transformers blew up. This one's got two, these square ones here. One of these transformers blew up. When it did, it created an arc about that big, and it was an explosion. Boom. If your finger had been there when that thing went off, it wouldn't have been like 110 volts, I don't think. It would have really hurt your hand. So you got to be careful with these things. So this is where we at, guys. Okay, another look here. We've got this unit out of the radio case. This is the radio case. See these dust bunnies? They're underneath it. So this is another reason when you get something old like this, the dust bunnies already up about here. When you get something like that, you better take it apart and clean it, because look how easy that would be to catch on fire. And it's easy for that to happen because look at these wires right here. The insulation has come off. That's bare wire. That's bare wire. That's bare wire. And so these are not too bad here, but that's for a light right there. So you can see where it's so easy for a spark. So you got to clean these up. Okay. Now on the other side here, we have these wires right here, which this controls your stations right here, and it turns this wire right here, and this right here turns right here. And this is a speaker, and you see the dust bunnies on the speaker right here. And the speaker is intact. Notice that. Sometimes they break, but they're intact. So that's a good thing there. So one of these is hard to turn. See if we can lubricate that one. And this one here, I'm not sure what that is. All right, I want you to look underneath here. All that dust underneath here. You can see why that would arc at some point in time and catch that dust. Those dust bunnies on fire, right? So that's why you got to clean these things up inside and out, the case and everything. Well, let's work it. Volume. This is volume. This is tone. A little bass, more bass right there. This is tuning. You see it moving there. This is just a crack right here. I'll glue that back a little bit. Maybe I might have changed, not been so cruel. So I was trying to figure out. Now this is this radio was made between 1946 to 49, I believe. Imagine all the things that went on in that period of time. And that's the Tru Base and Olympic. It says SW right here. That SW is over here. You turn it to SW, or you can turn it to a different station, shortwave. I tried going all the way across, and I can't find anything on the shortwave. But that's interesting. But, for something 75 years old, It's got a fairly loud speaker too. Vacuum tube takes about 21 to 34 seconds for the vacuum tube to heat up enough for the radio to actually come on. This is a big radio because it's 8. This is probably like 14 inches wide and about 8 inches thick. And what people do is that this coil right here that you see, this coil is the antenna, this copper wire going around. People will often cut this wire right here that goes to this antenna, and they will run an antenna in 15 minutes. You run the risk of damaging the transformers because they're so old. And here's 2 screws right here, and looks like, I don't know what that is. That looks like G for ground. Be able to tie an antenna into here, a wire antenna, and get really good reception. Because it's playing the local station, but we can do a lot better on these. It sounds like Japanese or Chinese to me. Just want to show you guys the radio. Okay, this is her, polished up and all. Again, for like a 75-year-old radio, right after World War II, it's with the shortwave frequency too. It's pretty neat.